What's up, you guys? Welcome to the January 5th edition of NBA 3-Ball presented by Established to Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher, getting ready to talk a wild Monday NBA slate, recap it, talk some news, banging it out in 10 minutes. Hit us with that thumbs up. Always subscribe and comment on how we could do better. Let's get to it as we got the Brooklyn Nets depth chart up here. And Kevin Durant, he is going to miss, it looks like, at least 4 games for the health and safety protocols. And man, he had coronavirus over the summer, but can't break protocol, so he's going to miss time. And the two guys that are going to be looking at minutes here will be Taurean Prince and Timothy Luwawu-Cabarrot, aka TLC. But really, they're not really going to benefit much on shots, just really filling empty minutes. TLC will take a bunch of threes. Maybe Prince as well, get some rebounds. He has some steals here and there, but that's kind of trended down since his Atlanta days. But really, I guess the big winner here would be Caris LeVert, and Kyrie Irving's going to be a usage beast. Interestingly, there's only been 16 minutes of Kyrie without KD. If you love small sample size, and who doesn't, Kyrie per 36 is 39, 5, and 5. I mean, he's going to score, I think, 30 points per 36 or close to it without Durant. So just stay healthy. Probably see a little more screen and roll action. Maybe some big men get some more shots, but I mean, you're taking a huge piece of this offense out. And Caris LeVert, I mentioned on the solo pod, I believe that, this guy is a slow starter. So possible little buy low opportunity, but chances are his owner is probably licking their chops with this news. Going back to the San Antonio depth chart again, I believe third straight day, and again, Derrick White, bad news again. Non-displaced fracture to his second toe, the proximal part of the toe, so basically where the ball of your foot meets your toe, a little bit right in that area there. He has a non-displaced fracture, so not huge, but he's out indefinitely. Same toe he had surgery on, not the same injury as his doctors had said, but he's going to probably miss significant time. So Lonnie Walker is going to continue to get a good amount of minutes at the 2. Got to get to the line more there, Lonnie. Looking obviously really athletic. Got to add more stats. He's going to be really empty, but there's opportunity for him here. Devin Vassell will be in the rotation. DeMar and DeJounte are going to get a ton of opportunity on this offense. And Keldon, obviously, more usage too without Derrick White, but Keldon's ceiling gets a little bit higher here. Wasn't worried about his minutes, but man, brutal. Feel terrible for Derrick White. Let's talk some basketball on a team that's kind of laced with news, and it's bad news because Darius Garland didn't play. Isaac Okoro didn't play. Doesn't have the health and safety protocol on his injury designation anymore, so he should be back soon. Kind of thought he would be back today because the Cavs were being kind of secretive, so I thought good news was coming. Turns out, nope. And then they got more bad news because Dante Exum pulled his calf after the first minute of action. Looked pretty bad, non-contact. You assume given his injury history, he's going to miss a lot of time. Cavs did say it was not the worst thing after the game, so hopefully he's back somewhat soon. Jetty Osman replaced him, played 38 minutes. Damian Dotson got 29 minutes. And after the game, J.B. Bickerstaff said he's a capable scorer, and he can help him score on that side of the ball. But Bickerstaff said that with all these injuries, he had to play guys out of position, said because of the lack of structure of the offense, he just wanted his guys to play, quote, schoolyard basketball because lack of ball handlers, and it just was a mess, and they got whooped. So hopefully these guys come back, especially Garland. It's a tough scene. Magic got a win they needed. Aaron Gordon, kind of the highlight guy here, 24-11, 28 minutes in back-to-back games after he was heavily restricted to start the season and in the preseason, stemming from a hamstring injury back in the bubble. So very encouraging stuff for Aaron Gordon. He was kind of one of the best buy low guys out there, and that window is going to close pretty quick. Takes on a lot of ball handling responsibility, has really good numbers with Markelle Fultz as well, so really encouraging stuff from Aaron Gordon. Saw Kem Birch play a little bit at the 4, had a career-high 12 boards, and we even saw a little bit of Gary Clark playing next to Aaron Gordon. Rotation's kind of thin. Sounds like James Ennis is getting a little bit closer, and Evan Fournier with his back injury should be back pretty soon. So those guys may lose a bit of playing time. The Hornets got stomped by the 76ers again. Just a really bad match. After the game, James Borrego said the loss to Cody Zeller at center is really starting to show as far as taxing the lack of depth at center. And yeah, I mean, Biyombo's okay, but what do you do after that? It's just tough scene. You could roll P.J. Washington at the 5, but not against this team. So he'll be all right. And then Borrego, again, he said when it comes to lineup changes, he said he needs to digest it a little bit more, make some tweaks. It could be anywhere. I'm not saying there's going to be any lineup changes, just something we got to look at overall. Obviously, this starts with Devontae Graham. This guy's one of the worst shooters in the league right now. He's, I think, 4 of 29 on shots with 3+ dribbles. He's terrible on late shot clock shots. He's like 15%. It's overall bad. And Lonzo Ball's playing great. Didn't shoot the ball well today. Had a couple really bad bricks, but 13, 9 assists, a couple really pretty ones, 2 steals, hustles out there, has length to guard, bunch of positions. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time, especially with the playing time there. Not as much overlap with the 3-guard lineup as far as I could tell. And Miles Bridges playing great too. But nice to see Washington kind of play a little bit better after the thumb injury in the last game. Don't really have a lot to say on the Sixers besides Doc Rivers saying that he did not want to play Joel Embiid's 37 minutes. It was, quote, too much. Said he's more comfortable at 33-34. This game was easy for them to win, so they brought his minutes down. But yeah, you can't play Joel Embiid that much. And Tobias, coming off Eastern Conference Play of the Week, is just baller. And Tyrese Maxey, man, a little fun little rookie to watch on this team, has been just killing it so far with a 6-1 start. Deep League pickup alert. Preseason stud Emmanuel Quickley, man, played the full fourth, got the big win. Plus 17, 16 points in the 19 minutes. Really good on offense. This guy could shoot it. Got the post-game interview. So yeah, you deep leaguers out there, you pick him up. I think he's going to cut into him. Cut into Alfred Payton, who stayed on the bench. He struggles with the shot. Quickly was killing it in practice and just carved out a role quickly. So great to see that. Nerlens Noel was a late scratch. They're saying it's a minor injury with an ankle. But we saw Julius Randle play a lot of 5. 43 minutes for him. 44 minutes for RJ Barrett. Bless you, Tom Thibodeau. You're the man. Not too much on the Hawks besides Bogdan Bogdanovic had an ankle sprain, didn't play in the fourth, so that explains Kevin Huerter's minutes being at 31. But yes, hopefully Bogdan's minor, just something to keep an eye on for now. Easy win for the Heat over the Thunder. A couple big news nuggets here as far as rotation goes. Tyler Hero's really starting to handle the ball better, finding passers, using screens much better, so really encouraging to see the assists come up. This offense just clicks. And then also the other big news is Kelly Olynyk getting 28 minutes, including 13 minutes of overlap with Bam. Just Bam. That's after 8 in the first half of the last game, and this is coming up since Game 2. Overlap with Bam has been 0, 8, 17, 20, and 20. So Kelly Olynyk looks to be here to stay, and this wasn't the best kind of quote-unquote matchup for him. So really good pickup, and a guy we'll probably have to look at for DFS as well. Thunder did not have Aleksej Pokusevski, so we saw a little rotation tweak with Justin Jackson entering and Isaiah Roby backing up Darius Bazley. A little bit of combo 4 or 5 minutes for him. Something to keep an eye on. Darius Bazley guarded Jimmy Butler. Had a pretty good line again. 16, 8, 2 steals, a block, and 3 threes. This guy's a stat stuffer, man. Not going anywhere. We know they're going to play him a bunch. OKC's going to lose a lot of games, but Bazley's legit. Jason Tatum's only 14 years old and he scored 40 points. No way. Got to the line 13 times. It's so on, man. He got easier shots today. Love to see it. He's going to ball out. We knew this. Tremont Waters got the start. Mild surprise didn't play well with Peyton Pritchard playing so well, 32 minutes. He's rolling, and he'll continue to get more playing time with Jeff Teague out with an ankle injury. Marcus Smart, minor thumb injury, shouldn't be out too long, but Peyton Pritchard has carved out a role in the 20s, at least until Kemba Walker gets back, I feel like, regardless of Smart's status. And then Daniel Tice got put to the bench. We've seen Stevens say over and over and over again he's not committed to the double big lineup, and it's been too inconsistent. So he pulled the plug, put Semi Ojeleye out there to start the third. Ojeley's been really good, hitting a lot of open shots for them, so not really too fantasy relevant with Ojeleye, but just tough start for this double big lineup. Raptors playing horrible basketball right now. Nick Nurse said for whatever reason we're not guarding, and the poor defense has been spreading. Before the game, he called out Matt Thomas and Terrence Davis. Norman Powell's been dreadful. I don't believe if you want to cut him. Aaron Baines got benched. That's good news for Chris Boucher. Man, this team's got some work to do. We know Nick Nurse is the coach of the year, but this team looks real rough. Mavs make some lineup changes with Maxi Kleber and Willie Cauley-Stein in, Dwight Powell and Tim Hardaway Jr. out after Rick Carlisle had talked about a lack of rebounding in the last game. Maybe that's part of the reason why. And then putting a bigger body out there against Harden makes a lot of sense. So it may have been a matchup thing, but either way, don't panic. Hardaway Jr. still went off on the bench for 30 points. Luka, triple-double, finally looked like himself again. So maybe he could start rolling after his conditioning was a concern and just poor play overall. But big win for the Mavs. Needed this one. Pistons kind of hung in there even without Blake Griffin against the Bucks. Obviously, they lost. Injury for Killian Hayes. He's going to get an MRI on a hip injury. Sounds like a hip flexor. Probably going to miss time. DeJuan Wright was going to be a DNP-CD, but he got some time after the Hayes injury. Real rough. And yeah, nothing really to take away besides Jeremy Grant continues to play really, really well. Pistons kind of hung in there even without Blake Griffin against the Bucks. Obviously, they lost. Injury for Killian Hayes. He's going to get an MRI on a hip injury. Sounds like a hip flexor. Probably going to miss time. DeJuan Wright was going to be a DNP-CD, but he got some time after the Hayes injury. Real rough. And yeah, nothing really to take away besides Jeremy Grant continues to play really, really well. Giannis had the usage spike in the last game, and he carried it over to another big game, 43, 9, and 4. Really starting to get into a groove. Obviously, the matchup helped here, but starting to feel better about Giannis' slow start. Pacers, wild overtime win after a late fourth quarter comeback to get it to OT, and Malcolm Brogdon Game winner. Malcolm Brogdon is smashing. I love it. Sabonis fouled out. Turner's playing great as well. Oladipo's playing way above expectation. It's all good for those guys. Pelicans dropped this one, but get a great game out of Brandon Ingram again. He is really taking this game to another level. Zion Williamson didn't start overtime. Van Gundy said that he wanted to put him out there, but he put too much time out there in the fourth quarter. Wanted to bring him in early at the 3-minute mark. Didn't get a chance to take a timeout. I made a mistake on that. But Eric Bledsoe's playing pretty well. Lonzo's kind of figuring out how to attack and both hit off-ball shots, so good for him. And Adams is being Adams. So that's going to do it for this edition. You guys take care. Catch you tomorrow.